In a forgotten corner of the world, where the roads cracked like dry skin and the sun showed no mercy, lived a boy named Toby. His shoes were not really shoes anymore. They were memories stitched together, rubber soles barely hanging on, cloth torn, laces frayed like dreams stretched too thin. But every morning, Toby woke before dawn. He'd wash his uniform, his only one, in a small metal basin. He'd scrub until his knuckles turned red. Then, with soaked clothes and a quiet determination, he began the long walk to school. 5 miles. Each step, a prayer. Each mile, a promise. The other children noticed his shoes. They laughed. "Hey, Toby, did your shoes walk themselves into the past?" Another would chime in. "Maybe next week they'll vanish completely." Toby smiled. Not out of happiness, but because he had learned something powerful. Smiling costs nothing, but gives everything. At night, when the village grew quiet and stars peeked through the clouds, Toby sat outside his small home with a bent needle and broken thread. He stitched, not just his shoes, but his spirit. He watched how shoes bent, tore, and cracked. He studied why soles gave way and how materials aged. Without realizing it, the boy who had nothing was becoming an engineer, one stitch at a time. If this story speaks to you, give it a like and subscribe to join us for more heartfelt journeys like Toby's. Now, let's continue. By the time he was 14, people in the village began to notice. "Your son fixed my shoes better than the market cobbler," a neighbor said. Soon, others brought shoes, some ruined, some moldy, some forgotten. Toby fixed them all, not because of money, but because he could. With every pair, he learned. And with every compliment, his dreams grew louder. He started drawing designs in the sand with sticks, shoes with better grip, shoes for running, for farming, for walking 10 miles without pain. Then, a miracle. A woman from a charity group visited the village, handing out school supplies. She noticed Toby sitting beside his bench, sketching on old cardboard. "Did you draw these?" she asked. "Yes. I want to make shoes, better shoes. For kids like me." She didn't say much. She just smiled and took the drawings. 2 months later, a letter arrived. Toby had been granted a scholarship to a real design school. In the city, full tuition, room, board, shoes, real shoes. The first time he saw the city lights, he wept. The first time he stepped onto polished floors, he froze. The first time he wore new shoes, he didn't walk. He ran. He studied like his life depended on it, because in many ways, it did. He learned about materials, biomechanics, sustainability. But more than anything, he learned about hope, how it's not given, it's built. Years passed, and Toby returned to his village, not with riches, but with plans. He started his company in a single room with 2 machines and 3 volunteers. He called it Steps of Hope. For every pair of shoes sold, 1 pair would be donated to a child in need. Not just any shoes, shoes built for long walks, uneven roads, and growing feet. Shoes like the ones he once dreamed of. Today, Steps of Hope is a global name, but more importantly, it's a local legend. Children now walk proudly into school, feet protected, dreams intact. And somewhere, deep in the heart of that once dusty village, a small boy's broken shoes hang on the wall of a workshop, framed, preserved, remembered. Because some stories don't begin with privilege. They begin with pain, perseverance, and a pair of broken shoes that refuse to give up. Toby's story reminds us that talent can bloom anywhere, even in the quiet corners of a village. All it takes is a little hope, a helping hand, and the courage to keep sketching your dreams, no matter what your shoes look like today. Because sometimes, the smallest spark can light the way to something extraordinary. Like the story? Please hit the like button and subscribe for more heartwarming stories. Let the next tale find you.